Welcome to Friday Fuel.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Adam.
Yeah, sorry. I'm working on trying to get this live in the Facebook group.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. Happy Friday, but yeah, something's weird with StreamYard now. I just got off the phone with Joe. Something's not allowing StreamYard for us to go to live in the Facebook group, so I'm going live on my personal. Adam, I don't think it's going live on your personal.
It's not. It's busted. Like StreamYard's having double issues. One, we can't stream to the Facebook group, and two, it's like having connectivity issues with connecting to Facebook profiles. So I don't know. Well,
at least we're live. We're live. That's all that matters. So we got a very special guest today, guys. We're pumped up for this Friday Fuel. Very good friend of mine. I've known him for what, 10 years? 10 years, something like that. Crazy, bro. But very good friend. Mr. Jeff Milburn, obviously, he's up in here. We love you, bro. We appreciate you. We're grateful to have you on today.
Awesome, man. I thank you for having me on again. I've been on the show once before, but thank you, you guys having me back, sir.
Yeah, because we had you. What was it? It's probably like 9 months ago now.
Yeah,
when we first started up Friday Fuel, I think that's when we had you, bro.
Yeah, 9 or 10 months ago, I think, sir.
Yeah. Cool, bro. Cool. Well, we're pretty fired up. We're ready for you to drop some nuggets because obviously you're doing, you're very successful in the business. You've been for years. And I think you have so much knowledge and so many success stories that you could share to the audience that could really help scale and grow your business, So real quick here, I want to get everyone's kind of win for the week. So Adam, we'll start with you, bro. Give us a win for your week, bro. I'm curious.
Well, I've kind of been in a limbo state. I was moving some of my life insurance contracts around, and they finally have all gone through. So
moving them.
Yeah. So I have moved my life insurance contracts over to Pete Fournier with All Things Insurance Group, and so just today, actually, I'm going to be starting taking inbound live transfer calls. And so we're going to see how that goes. But yeah, today's the first day. So that's my win.
That's a win, bro. Congrats, dude. That's pretty money. Jeff, how about you, bro?
Man, obviously a lot of people know that I've been in the industry for over a decade. And I do a lot of retirement planning, but I want to hit on something that Alex has always talked about in multiple shows or different things is referrals. I got a referral this week that someone had a couple of different annuities. The gentleman's agent that helped him out back in 2011, 2012, hasn't ever talked to him again. Like signed him up and then, he's gone.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my nugget of this week is just the referral game that I got passed on to this guy and his wife and was able to help him out and make his products better. And now he has another agent to talk to that is going to, literally be there for him anytime that he needs help. And what I do is I sit down with people once a year or every 2 years when I help them out with a retirement vehicle. Instead of like hey, I sign you up, and then you don't hear from me again, you know?
Right.
But I think that's my big deal is referrals. Alex has always talked about it over and over again, the power of one referral. I have another referral that's coming into our office today. That's a big deal. We met with them a week ago, and they're coming back in. So that's, as you grow in this business and get better as an agent, the power of one referral is going to be huge.
Right. 100%, bro. I think that's money. I think you're saying that one referral. Think about if every insurance agent, Jeff, got 10 referrals or 5 or 10 referrals. You know what I mean? It keeps compounding on itself. And
Domino effect.
I mean, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Domino effect. So, I mean, a win for myself is me. It's kind of crazy here. Jeff obviously knew we had the seminar on Monday. Me and my dad had a seminar on Monday.
Yep.
That same seminar, the day after on Tuesday, we ended up writing a little over 200,000 on Tuesday, the day after that.
Yeah.
That's the game of the seminars. Jeff, obviously you're living it, so we're going to dive more deep into it. But it's so cool to see, like, when you run these seminars, you run them at a high level. Even we're having day after appointments and helping people out with these retirement vehicles for crazy amounts of money. We can help them protect them. And like you said, Jeff, not just sell them something and run away, but follow up with them every single year, every single 6 months. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and even the referral on a lot of people, I follow on online, a lot of agents that are getting into the business or been in the business that do life insurance. There's so many opportunities to get a referral after even helping someone in another state. I have licenses everywhere, and I talk to people, all over. Your beneficiary of that you help the client out with, their son or daughter, there's 2 referrals right there that you can call and ask for the phone number to call them and like, hey, I just helped your mom and dad out. So a lot of these agents are doing online phone calls with life insurance or Medicare. I mean, you've got to ask, and you have to ask over and over again, but you can get another referral, Alex, and you've talked about it all the time. It's just their beneficiaries.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, that's actually one reason that I wanted to partner up with Pete. Alex and I, was it SWAT last year, Alex, that we heard him speak? Yeah.
Yep.
And he talked about how he has built a huge book of business mainly off of referrals.
Yep.
And it's really cool how it's like not just one time at the end of the conversation that he's asking, but multiple times throughout the presentation. And he makes a big deal about it. And it's really effective, right? And I think, to your point, like, not enough people are just asking, right?
Yeah.
So true, bro. I think, what's cool about it is obviously I've learned stuff from my dad. I've learned stuff from Pete, for example, too, right? Even with what he likes to call the Social Security income protection, right?
Yeah.
It's really not even an actual thing, but it is a thing because it's not an actual product labeled Social Security protection. You're selling a life insurance policy, but you're protecting the spouses or the mothers or the dad's Social Security check for when they pass away, right? So you're going to get it again. It's a really good way to advertise it. Why? Because sometimes you'll talk to someone about life insurance. Oh, I don't need life insurance. Well, how about this? I got a better idea. How would you feel if your spouse's Social Security protection or their Social Security check was protected for the full benefit of that year, the following year when you pass away? How would you feel about that? Oh my goodness, I would feel delightful. I would love that. Sign me up, right? You're selling the life insurance, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's crazy. So, Jeff, what I kind of wanted to dive deep with you, bro, is we got a little bit of intro about yourself, but I want you to talk more into the business that you're doing now, obviously at the high level that you're doing it, and kind of your success story, how Jeff Milburn really came about in the industry, and give us some meat and potatoes on how people can get better in the industry, just from your success stories.
I really want to hear about, too, the switch. Like, what was the moment for you that turned on the Jeff Milburn to be the insurance guru that he is?
Yeah, man. I mean, obviously what I'm doing now, I'm in a lot of retirement planning. I started as an agent more in Medicare, but I do a lot of retirement plan seminars, but retirement planning and really talking about when someone retires in all avenues And a lot of people don't think about retirement, hey, I'm covered, or hey, I've got this vehicle over here. It's going to be good for me. But in the world where we're in, inflation, the cost of living is getting more expensive, and people are living longer. So what do you do, or who do you talk to that's going to help you through those? And a lot of people don't know what to do. Everyone says, hey, I've got everything covered. And this is for a new agent. Everyone says they have everything covered. No, I mean, every now and then I see someone that is really, really protected, and they ask for advice from me, and I can't do a lot. But majority of the people that I visit with, there's a hole in their retirement plan, whatever it is. I will say long-term care is huge. And a little story that I'm going to say is, because my family, my mom's kind of in that situation, and that my dad, takes care of her quite a bit. And they luckily have a policy that helps out in that area. But a lot of people don't think of that area. So the retirement side, yes, I've switched more from that over. I still do a lot of life online of multiple states of life insurance. I will say, as a new agent, if you're getting into that area, you've got to have capital. When you're owning your own business, or you have your own LLC, you have to have some money to invest in your business. It's simple as that. Me and Alex were talking about this other day. A lot of agents come in and they don't have income. And you have to leverage some way to get enough money to have leads that you have to start out with, or start with a company that's giving you leads at a smaller commission.
Right.
Because if you don't, it's going to be very, very hard to, get off the ground and have income coming in. But when you got a good mentor, you got a coach, those are going to be people that are holding your hand for a while to get you going. But capital is you've got to have some money. You got to have a little bit of money to invest in your business, because for all of us in this industry, we're all business owners or business women, Adam, those are the areas that I've kind of, or that I'm in right now. Your question about what it flipped for Jeff. Man, from a young age, I've just been very, very determined from some things that have happened in my life, that I just get up out of bed every morning and put my shoes on, clothes on, just like every other person. And I go to work, man. I mean, you have to go to work. Like, people can't be lazy and say, hey, I'm going to watch TV here, and I'm working from home, or I'm going to play with my dog. You have to have a routine, and you have to go to work. I mean, it's simple as that. So flipping me in, like where I was at, I just learned as I went along in the insurance industry as an agent from a lot of mentors, studying online, reading. I just got better as I went on. But in the last couple of years, I don't know, Adam. I mean, I think that I just have that go-getting attitude or determination to make something to keep on going. I have to, for me, or what I want to accomplish in goals. I think that's all I can share with you is determination and a go-getter attitude. Yes, we're all going to have bad days, or we're all going to have bad weeks, or even a bad month. I don't ever want to say a bad month, because I always look at it as we're going to have bad weeks. We're going to have things that frustrate us, but you've got to have in here the mindset to say, hey, okay, I had a bad week. I'm going to start over. What can I do to improve that week going forward?
Yeah, 100%, bro. I think that the biggest takeaway of what you just said there is, you said you still got up every morning and did what you needed to do, regardless of what happened, right? Because at the end of the day, most insurance agents care about how they're feeling, and that's what's holding them back from being successful in the business, right? So what you're telling everybody is you need to stop caring what you're feeling, and regardless of what's going on, you need to still show up and go to work, right? Which I think is a very, very key point, probably one of the most important things, right? Because when the roses are red, right, and the violets are blue, and everything's going good, right? But what happens when the roses start dying out a little bit, right? Like, what's your life going to look like when they start dying out? Are you still going to show up and try to get the roses to grow back? Or are you just going to fall into your little, circle and just be all down to yourself, right? I think that's a very, very key point that everybody needs to wake up and recognize. It's like, nobody cares how you feel. So you just need to go up and still show up in whatever's going on, right? So another question, I know, Jeff, and I've talked about it a little bit with Adam too. Like, you've been doing a little bit of the final expense ads through Facebook now, right? You've been having very good success with those. And the reason why we both are doing them now, because I've talked to Adam, I've been doing them too, is because throughout these seminar appointments, right, we want to have stuff to fill in our calendars, fill in our space to still make some money happen, right? Get some traditional business, because yes, most of these are annuity clients, estate wills and trust clients, right? Or anything really that we can really help them out with. But those are like, sprinkled in throughout the week. So we want to make sure that we can have, whether 5 or 6 appointments along with the 5 or 6 we already have from the seminars, and make it all together, right? So that's what we've kind of been doing. I want you to talk a little bit more about that and what you have going and the good balance between the seminars and doing these leads.
Yeah, I guess that's why I chose to kind of do the Facebook leads or inbound calls, or what people are doing is I was trying to fill my calendar up. I was trying to fill my calendar up on days that I had more gaps. And I think that was the main reason I kind of decided to try it out, try to see what everyone else is doing, because there's so many people that are doing online these days. It's just where our industry is. So obviously you have to have a CRM. I think that's important. I have a couple of CRMs. So one's retirement and the other one's is more of our final expense leads. But, AI, I'm using AI as setting calendar appointments, but I'm also not waiting on AI. If AI is, not getting the traction that I want, I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling them, and I'll triple dial them maybe 3 times out of the day, morning, afternoon, and an early evening time. Sometimes I text them, but I'm getting a hold of them from, and they're all multiple states. They're not just where I live in Oklahoma. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing in the final expense. But as me and you, Alex, we're licensed with multiple carriers, and it sets us aside, but some of these other individuals that maybe just have one carrier.
It's like a one company rep, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big deal when you have multiple carriers, because someone might not be healthy, and you gotta switch over to another carrier that you're going to get the person approved.
Right.
But what in me is I'm helping them protect their family if something happens to them.
Yep.
That's my win, is helping their family for protection if they pass away.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's different because I didn't ever start in that, Adam, I didn't really start in that area. But obviously, I'm enjoying it. It's working, but you have to be consistent about it.
100%, bro. I think that's another great point. I mean, it all really comes together as one at the end of the day, because like I said, you're trying to find the right balance in between running the seminars and obviously running the final expense ads as well, right? So you got to find a good balance. But obviously, you're a busy guy too, so it's good to juggle, but obviously stay balanced and stay organized, right? I think one of the biggest things is organization in this business. I've honed in on it so many times before. If you're not organized in the insurance industry, you would most likely not fail out, honestly, right? That's one of the most important things. The next one is like being optimistic, and a bunch of different other traits. But Jeff, another question I did have for you, and then Adam, you can jump in after this question. But I want you to give me what you think right now, and I'm putting you kind of on the spot here, but 3 top characteristics that you think, kind of off the top of your head here, top 3 characteristics that someone needs to have, not just in the insurance industry, but in the sales field to begin with. So what's 3 characteristics that you need to have or to obtain or learn to get better at to be good in this industry? What do you think those 3 things are?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have to be outgoing.
Okay.
I mean, that's a big deal there. You got to have ability to talk to people, because that's our industry.
Yep.
You know, you have to be a people person.
Yep. I'm going to put this in the chat too. Keep going.
What's that?
I said I'm going to put this in the chat. Just keep going. You're good.
Yeah. You know, the second, you have to work. You have it. I mean, as simple as that. Like, you have to get up and work. So I guess the word you would say for that is, you got to have a little bit of determination.
Determination. Perfect.
You know, third, I think that you have to have goals that you set for yourself, because if you don't, you're going to kind of be stale, or you're not going to ever improve. If you don't set a goal and say, hey, you know, I want to make $20,000 this month, and you just keep going on with your business and not setting a goal for that, and everyone has different goals. It doesn't matter what your goal is. Maybe you want to buy a new car. Okay, well, what do you have to do to buy that new car? So I think goals are very important in our industry.
Perfect, bro. I love that. So we got Adam. You can jump in after this. We have have to be outgoing, which I totally agree. Be outgoing. That's one of the most important things, because if you're an introvert, if you're not really an outgoing person, it's going to be tough to relate with people, tough to build trust with people, all the above, right? Second was the determination. Got to be determined. Got to have a big enough why, no matter, just like what we said 2 weeks ago. I think no matter your why is big enough to, no matter what happens, what pops up, you still get up and go to work every single day. Number 2, determination. So good. And number 3, have a set goal. If you don't have a goal, you're driving without a destination. Simple as that. So I love all of it, Jeff.
Yep.
Yeah. And we've talked about all these things several times before.
Yep.
I really like that second. Can you read that second bullet point again, Alex?
Yep. The second bullet point was determination, man. Determination.
Yeah. And about your why, right? I think so many people get into the insurance industry and they think that their why is, well, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to make $100,000, right? And when it really comes down to it, I think for most people, money is not a great motivating factor. Even though we think that it is, right? Everybody wants to be rich.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, if you have the opportunity to lay in your bed or go watch TV versus go make a couple $1,000s, a lot of people are going to take the TV route, right?
Yeah.
And so your why has to be something more significant than just, I want to make money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know what your why was when you first started, Jeff?
Man, so I'll go back to this. I've owned 2 landscaping companies before, so you know, I was never thinking about the insurance industry. I sold the last company in, like, I think 2014. I got out of the industry. I was in that industry for 18 years, and I really the reason I got out was labor, man. I just couldn't find really good help. That I started waking up every morning just stressed out of my mind, because we had so many projects to do and so many commercial, residential places for maintenance. It just, people would steal from me or whatever it is. I had to do something else. So I've always been a business owner, but I think I've always been a people person. I always enjoyed visiting with people, no matter what walk of life you are. And so when I came into the insurance industry, at first I didn't know really what to expect, but I wanted to help people. And that's where I'm at now, is I just want to help people. I want to make sure your family's protected in every single way. Because I guess that's also, I care about people because the way I was raised. My parents care about people. So it's engraved into me as I care about people and I want to make sure that they're protected as well. So I guess that's my why. Yes, I want to make money too and support me or my family. But my why is more of trying to help people and making sure they're protected.
100%, bro. I think that's amazing. I think even for myself, we talk about whys. Obviously, Adam has his big why. Obviously, his wife and his kids, bro. I mean, there's nothing bigger than that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, Adam's got to show up to work every single day, work his tail end off because he's got a wife and kids to feed, bro. You know what I mean? Support and be there for, right? I mean,
on the table, got to pay the mortgage, got to pay the car note, all the stuff. So,
Yes.
Dude, I mean, stress is always good, right? I mean, I'm at a level, everybody's stressed out, right? I mean, because when you're being stressed out, obviously you're doing something right because you're working on pushing and becoming better, right?
Yep.
Even for myself, I mean, my why is to make sure that I make, first off, my parents proud because I've gotten everything in the world that I could have ever asked for right now, right? And I've gotten hooked up in so many different ways. So why would I want to not do something as hard as I can go 100% when I've got handed, a bunch of different things in my life? Obviously outside, or I'm saying inside the insurance realm, I've worked for every single dollar I've worked for, but I've got hooked up with opportunities to go make something happen, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm grateful for. Second, I mean, me with my future family down the road, it motivates me because I know God will take care of me no matter what the situation is, that I'm going to be hooked up later in life.
Yeah.
So why not work as hard as I can right now? Because I don't want to have a family and be stressed and broke, wondering when am I going to make my next dollar. I already have everything set up because I'm working right now for the future, right?
Yeah.
So many things that come in hand here, right? Jeff, I want you to kind of, and I don't know if Adam, if you have another question, but Jeff, I kind of want you to give everybody kind of, we've got a lot of really good things in this podcast, but I want you to kind of give everybody some bits and pieces or a couple of things that they can work on outside of the 3 topics that we gave to become better in their business today, to make a change today so they can see a change for next week, starting Monday, so they can kill it and go to work every single day and be good no matter what the situation is.
Yeah. So if you don't have a mentor, you need to have a mentor. Simple as that. You need to find someone. If you don't have someone in your corner with you, that's like a coach. That's a must.
Yep.
Because that coach is going to hold your hand for a period of time and give you suggestions,
Yep.
different scripts or different advice to help you in your business. So I think, and if you have a good coach already, what else? I think that if you're doing online sales, you have to have enough resources in a day to make things happen.
Yep.
If you don't have enough resources and your calendar is not getting booked, you need to find a way to get more resources. I have a couple of different lead vendors that I use, and me and Alex, we talked about this too. Is if you don't have enough resources, you're not going to scale your business.
Right.
So you have to spend money to have enough resources, or you got to get a ton of referrals that you're not having to spend money on. I think that's a deal going into next week for somebody. You need to plan and prepare for that Monday.
Yep.
And it starts today.
Yep.
If you're not ready for Monday, or you're not thinking on Friday going into the weekend, you need to start now. Or you need to work on Saturday or even Sunday. My Sunday is kind of my day of rest. When I was brand new as an agent, man, I worked Saturdays.
Yep.
Quite a few, and I still do here and there. But as a new agent, I will say you probably need to work some Saturdays.
Yep. 100%.
And as a business owner, if you own a business, you're an LLC, or whatever S corp, your doors are always open.
Yep.
They don't shut.
And I think
I know I'm being a little harsh on that, but in reality, it's right. When you own your own business or you're self-employed, your doors don't, or your phone, it doesn't go mute. And in reality, if you look at it differently like that, and you get calls, over the weekend that maybe you're not returning, that maybe is from a client, you're doing yourself injustice.
Yep.
Because they've signed up with you as their agent. You're not doing as an agent duty to them. They're going to find someone else, man. I've been in this industry for so long that people, if you don't help them, there's plenty of other agents out there that are going to come in your door or give them a call, and they're going to switch. You've got to build up a relationship with your clients like they're your family. And hey, sometimes I make mistakes like everyone else. I forget things, but I'll say that if you have a clientele, you need to touch them.
Yep.
You need to touch on different points of them, whatever it is, a thank you card or a phone call. So, people going into next week, have you talked to Sue over here in a month, or John over here in 2 months, or whatever it is? You need to follow up with your clients, because someone else will. And it's happened to me. I forgot something, but John over here, I forgot something, and he decided to go with a different agent. But as I've grown and got better, then I have other follow-up strategies that I do to try to touch on those people. But I think that, going into next week, you need to get your referrals. You need to get your referral list. You can call your client list. I mean, people have clients. Call them up. Hey, I was just checking in with you. I know I helped you a month ago with a policy. How you doing?
Give them another one.
Hey, I know I got you. I know I protected your family for $10,000, but hey, with inflation and the cost of living, John, you told me that you want to make sure your son is always taken care of after you pass away. We're only given one life. And so maybe help him out with a little bit more, or ask for a referral. Hey, John, you were talking about your neighbor next door, but we never connected. Do you remember his phone number? Those are the things we all want to help people, but people don't think about the business side of things as being a business owner.
Yep.
A lot of agents don't.
Side hustle mentality.
Yeah, and I'm going to share a little bit of another thing with you that I haven't shared with a lot of people Alex got me to thinking about it. But when you come into this business, you start helping people out. This business is passive income too. I mean, you start building renewal base up, or you write a large investment vehicle, you get a chunk of money. What are you going to do with that? So as I go along in my career, I want to do some other things too, that I'm going to have other passive income come in. This business is perfect for that, man. You start developing renewals. Hey, I've got more money that I can use over here that I can compound other money. That's how people get wealthy. They use leverage of other money to compound their interest of different assets.
That's so true.
And we all don't think about it like that. But as our world is changing so rapidly, what are we all going to do? AI's now here. I didn't even think about that years ago. So like, yeah, my nugget going into next week, or those are some of the topics I would really think as an agent going into Monday. Are you planned and prepared for your next week?
Amen, bro. I think, Adam, you can jump in here one sec. What my dad always said, Jeff, was when we're booking for Friday for Monday, right? And people are like, well, I had a crappy Monday, didn't go as planned. Well, that's because you had a bad Friday, bro.
Yeah.
It's not because your Monday went bad. It's because you had a bad Friday.
Yeah.
So don't blame that Monday on Monday. Blame that Monday on Friday.
Yeah.
Right? That's it in itself, bro. So
yeah, you know, Alex, what do we always say is I've been in this industry, and everyone, you know, Adam, when I learned from when I first started is how many appointments do you set for the week and how many do you run?
15 and 10.
15 and 10. I will say this, 15 and 10. It's been repeated to me over and over and over and over and over again. But I will say this as an agent, if you set 15 and you run 10, you are going to make money. I promise you, trust me, you will. But if you don't get, if you're not running those numbers, you've got to get up to that.
Yep. And that's just not the stand. I mean, that's the standard, but you can do a lot higher than that too.
Oh, 100%.
So,
you know, we have an agent in our group here that I looked at the numbers last week. He had like 68 appointments, something like crazy like that. Wow. 68 appointments. And that's all AI dripped campaign. And I can't remember the number, how many he ran, but geez,
I think he ran like 30 or 40 something, bro.
Something crazy.
And guess how much he made, Adam?
I'd say probably off that 25 grand.
No. I mean, you highballed him there, but he made like 12 grand off that.
18. 18.
Oh, 18. Sorry. 18. My bad. Okay. I thought it was 12.
That is all life.
Yep.
That is all life. But back to my point, you have to have enough resources.
That's it, man.
Or enough referrals.
Yep.
And I think important too, to go back to what you said earlier, is how important it is to set a target. I really liked what you said about, you know, sometimes you got to work those Saturdays or even Sundays if that's your thing. But, you know, so many people will have a bad start to their day and they'll be like, well, this day is chalked, like whatever, I'm just going to go to the park or whatever it is. And I think if everybody just had a clear target of, okay, I'm not going to stop working this week until I've hit XYZ, then it's like Friday night and you're one short and you're like, okay, well, I got to work tomorrow until I hit that last one, right?
Yeah.
Because you have something to work towards. It's not just taking shots in the dark.
Yeah, I think also, you know, it's like repetition. If you don't pick up the phone over and over again, you're not going to get better. It's like going to the gym. If you want to grow in muscle and if you don't lift weights, so you're trying to grow over and over again, you're not going to gain muscle.
Yep.
If you don't pick up the phone repeatedly, you're not going to have a chance of talking to someone.
Just like what Jordan Belfort said, pick up the phone and start dialing.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know, a lot of people over the years have asked me, hey, how many dials should I be calling a day if you're trying to talk to live people? Good question on that, because, you know, I have different thoughts of it, but I will say you need to be 400, maybe more. If you're really trying to talk to a good amount of people.
Yep.
I know that numbers for some people might be high, like, oh, Jeff, you're telling me 400 dials a day. But you've got to get in front of people. You know, it's as simple as that.
Yep.
No matter if it's phone, no matter if it's in person, no matter if it's a Zoom, you know. But you also, like, you know, you have to find what you love to do. that's another why for people. Like, you have to find what you love to do.
Uh-huh.
If people don't love this industry and they're just in it for the money, hey man, I'm going to make 6 figures my first year. It's going to be tough as a new agent. You might do it, but
damn tough,
repeatedly over and over again, 6-figure year after year, or more, you've got to have some things in place, and you've got to, as a business owner, you have to work.
So true, bro. Dude, I appreciate you, Jeff, bro. We're gonna wrap this up here, dude. I appreciate you coming on. We got hit the 40-minute mark, bro. Lots of golden nuggets, guys. When you guys are watching, there's a lot of good stuff to happen. If you're just not joining on, go back, watch the rest of the podcast, and jump back. You guys can jump back to here. A lot of golden nuggets. Jeff, how can people reach out to you, bro, if they want to reach out to you?
Yeah, obviously, people can find me on social media. I'm on Instagram or I'm on Facebook. You also can give me a call. My number is 918-605-6390. I've said this before on the last show. If you just want advice or you just want to chat with me, I'm glad to talk to anybody.
Jeff's a talker.
There's no secret sauce in this business. But I'm willing to visit with new agents or even just someone that's been in the industry as long as I have or older. I'm not one of those guys that think people are better or, we're all the same.
True. Jeff, we really.
So, hey, I thank you guys for having me on again. I watch your show, quite a bit.
You do, bro.
And obviously, both of you have had some success in the last year that I've seen in growth. And I can congratulate both of you guys.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, bro. Another Beast Show with Mr. JT Milburn. Adam, I appreciate you hopping on, all of us together here, bro. It's been great. So we'll see you guys next Friday. Obviously, stay fired up, stay ready to go. A lot of golden nuggets you guys can take for next week in your business to scale and grow. So I appreciate you guys hopping on. We'll see you guys next Friday.